Hi, it's Dan here with another Excel for Beginners video. This is number 6 in the series of videos. In this video we're going to do a little bit more fun stuff. I'm going to take a look at how you can create a self-marking spreadsheet using if statements, where if the children get the number correct they get a smiley face so they know they've got the answer correct. It'll work a bit like this. So I've got the sums here. As I type in the correct answers, if I get it right, I get a smiley face like so. So let's have a look at how we make that. So I've got my basic spreadsheet here. All I've done in advance of this is I've typed in some numbers down here, some numbers down here. I've put an X into each of these cells. I've put an equal sign to each of these cells. Again, if you wanted to, you could type it in once and you could drag that down to make it easier, speed things up. Again, I can drag that down. I've then just made the font a bit bigger, so I've clicked on here, I've made my font a 24-point font, so it's a bit larger and nicer to see. This cell is going to have the answer in it. This is just going to be a simple equals A1 multiplied by C1, so A1 asterisk C1. That'll work out the answer, and I can just copy that down, drag that down across there. This is going to be the cells where the students put in their answers, so what I've done is I've just coloured that in with a little bit of a colour here, and I've just drawn some grid lines around it over here to make it have some borders. This is the cell where we're going to get it to look at the answer and see if they are correct or not. So I'll put my if statement into here. So we're going to start with equals if. We're going to open our bracket and we're going to put in the condition. So if F1 equals E1. So if the answer the children type is the same as the answer I've got there, that's the condition. If that is true, we're going to do a particular thing, and we're going to put in speech marks some text. We could say yes. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to put in a capital J, and I'll explain why in a second. Close the speech marks, then we're going to do a comma, then we're going to put in what we say if they get it wrong. And we could say no, we could put a sad face, we could put something else in. I'd rather leave it blank, and it only gives them a smiley face if they got it correct. So I'm just going to do speech mark, speech mark. That'll just do nothing. And then close my bracket, hit enter. And if I type in my sum here and I put in 80, I get a big capital J. Okay, why a capital J? Well, in the Wingdings font, a capital J is a smiley face. So if I have this formula and I make this whole area here the Wingdings font, so I'm going to scroll down to where it says Wingdings, there, I get a smiley face. And I'm going to copy that formula down, all the way down. And so let's try that one. If I get 6 in here, I get a smiley face. Let's go down here. If I put 4 in here, I get a smiley face. That all works. I can delete these. And the last thing I'm going to do is I want to hide the answers. I don't want children to see them. I could just make that font white and hide them. I'm just going to hide them under a box, so we can just do a check at the end. So I'm going to go to Insert, Shapes, find a shape. I'm going to just draw a shape over those answers there, like so. So that's how you can make a self-marking spreadsheet using if statements in Excel. Here's a slight variation on that. It's not self-marking now. This might be something you might display to the class, but you want to have a whole lot of times table questions for the children to have a go at answering, display them on the interactive whiteboard, and they can work through them. But you don't want to keep typing them out and thinking of loads of different sums all the time. There is a way of getting Excel to randomize this a little bit and make the sums up for you. So this is using something called a RANDBETWEEN formula. If I hit enter or hit F9, it'll recalculate and give me a whole new load of sums. So I've got it basically working out random numbers in these cells, and the answers are hidden under here, like that. So if we want to have a go at making this, I'm going to just delete all this for the minute. At the moment then, what we've got is a blank cell, an X, and a blank cell, and an equal sign. That's where the answer is going to go. So I'm going to type in here, equals, RANDBETWEEN, and then open my brackets, and I'm going to do 1, 10. It's going to be a random number between 1 and 10. The first number is what we start from. The bigger number is where we go up to. So you can make it 1 to 12. You can make it down to 1 to 5, whatever. Close my brackets, hit enter. There we go. I'll do the same thing over here. Equals round between 1 10. Now I've got 2 numbers here, and this is going to be equals A1 multiplied by C1. Enter. There's my sum, and I'm just going to copy that down like so. Now this, every time I enter something else, will recalculate the formula. If you want to, you can turn that off. You can go into the options and you can turn it off, so you could go down to File, Options down the bottom in Excel, go to Formulas, and Workbook Calculation is set to automatic. You could set this to manual, and if you set that to manual, then you have to hit F9 each time to make it recalculate. I don't need to worry about that because I'm not entering stuff in once I've got the cells in. I found that messes up some of the other features of Excel a little bit, so I've left it for now. But I can have these covered up with the box. We can show that to the class, they can go through the sums, and then I can just recalculate. I can't hit F9 at the moment because I'm recording, and if I hit F9 while I'm recording, it stops recording, which is a bit annoying, but I'm just going to enter my data like that. If you wanted to use this in conjunction with the self-marking thing that I showed you in the beginning of the video, what you could do was highlight those sums like so. I'm going to copy that. I can switch to here. I can highlight that area. This is where I'm going to paste it into. But instead of just doing a normal paste, you can paste the values. So that will take the numbers I've auto generated on here, and these are now fixed. So if I enter on here, this won't recalculate, and I can then have this working as a self-marking sheet. So I could generate lots of these, use this to generate them, paste them as special. They won't recalculate once you've pasted them. So that's how you could use the RANDBETWEEN to generate a whole load of different numbers, and then use that as part of a times table activity with the children. Explore, try it out, let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you found that useful. I'll be back with some more videos soon. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers, goodbye.